medical breakthrough in the prevention and treatment of breast cancer is one step closer to becoming a reality.
An American-developed vaccine is designed to target and destroy cancerous cells and is set to enter its second round of testing after positive results from patients.
It's being developed by Anixa Biosciences, and the company's CEO, Amit Kumar, joins us now from San Jose in California. Doctor, good to see you. This is incredible news. Just talk us through this vaccine and how it works.
Thank you for having me. Yes, this vaccine is designed to not only treat women who are battling breast cancer at the time, but also to prevent breast cancer in women who are concerned about a recurrence. And then eventually in primary prevention, we give the vaccine to women who are worried about breast cancer but have never had it before to prevent it. The vaccine works by targeting a lactation protein that is produced only in the breasts, in the mammary glands of women during lactation. It enables lactation after a woman has given birth. But after she stops breastfeeding, the protein disappears and reappears again when she has another baby and another baby. But eventually, after she's no longer going to have children, the protein disappears in all women, except for the 1 out of 8 women who develop breast cancer. In those women, the breast cancer cells are producing the protein. So if we can vaccinate women and prepare their immune systems to destroy those cells as they arise, then at the earliest stage of tumorigenesis, 4 cells, 8 cells, the immune system will destroy those cells so they never have a chance to reproduce frequently enough to become a tumor.
I read this article over the weekend in Vogue and I was blown away. And I just thought, how close? So sometimes you read these articles and the research and you go, oh, well, it's just pie in the sky stuff. But how close are we to this? Because the thought of my daughters both having a vaccine, my wife having a vaccine, are very present.
Yeah, that's a really good question, Carl. And in fact, I have 2 daughters and I would love to be able to vaccinate them as well. We're still a ways away. We've completed phase 1. We are going to begin phase 2 sometime soon after discussions with the regulators here in the United States. But we anticipate the vaccine will arrive on the market in stages, initially to target women who are dealing with breast cancer at the current time, and then eventually for primary prevention.
So does that mean then, Amit, that any woman would be eligible for this, regardless of your perhaps family history of breast cancer or not?
That's correct. We anticipate that every woman who's concerned about breast cancer would be eligible for this vaccine once it's approved for that purpose.
Okay, so stage 1, what does that mean? And what sort of results are you seeing?
So in phase 1, our goal was to achieve 3 things. One is verify that it's safe, because if you're going to give the vaccine to a large number of people, it's got to be safe. Number 2, verify the dosage that we will use for the next stage of studies, and then look at indicators of efficacy, meaning are the patient's immune responses appropriate to indicate that they are responding to the vaccine. And we achieved all 3 of those goals.
Wow.
In phase 2, that's where we're going to determine how effective it is, because in phase 2, we will have a control group. Half the women will get the vaccine, the other half will get placebo, and then we'll evaluate how the 2 different groups respond, and that'll tell us if 60% of women are responding, 80% or 100%, which is what we saw in the animal studies.
Wow.
I guess given this is several years away from perhaps, being mass-produced and rolled out, you are going to be reliant in that time on a lot of the funding. And I read here that a lot of that funding you currently have comes from the US Department of Defense, which is interesting. Are you worried then that given all the global uncertainty in these turbulent times, that you might not necessarily have the funding you need to actually make this work?
Yeah, funding is always a concern for these types of things, long-term research projects, but we're well-funded, independent of the money from the government. We're very, very pleased that the government was willing to fund this directly to the Cleveland Clinic, which is our clinical trial site and partner for this vaccine. But as we go forward, there are other sources of funding, including capital markets, including partnerships with larger pharma companies, which we're in discussions with already.
Okay, so any other ways that a vaccine of this nature, I mean, this could open up a whole new way of treating, preventing cancer that you could think it could apply to?
Yes, absolutely. In fact, this could be a game-changing approach to dealing with cancer. And in fact, if we are successful with breast cancer, which we hope to be, we anticipate being able to do this for multiple other cancers. In fact, ourselves and our research team at the Cleveland Clinic are working on ovarian cancer as well as prostate, lung, and colon.
Wow, it's extraordinary.
Well, we wish you all the very
Yeah,
best
we
in this
sure do.
groundbreaking research and with the trials, and may well it happen quickly.
Thanks so
Good on
much
you.
for
Thank
joining
you.
us.
Thank you very much.
Can you imagine that? A
Thank you.
vaccine for cancers like that?
Wow.
It'd be huge.
Yeah, incredible work from them, that's for sure.